one of the largest lobbyists outside of like pharmaceutical guys and big tobacco and things like that. The third or fourth largest lobbyist companies are from waste companies, right?
Mhm.
And that's how they get the city contracts. They're all that stuff. It's all heavily lobbied. Recycling does not have that at all because we're not recognized as a separate industry. We're recognized within the waste industry. And that has to change. We need our own voice. And that's been a part of my mission as well in Canada. And then soon going to be in the US too, but US is a little bit harder because there's a lot more money at play there, right? So, but in Canada, it's a little bit less, not to say that it's any easier. It may be harder because we are the same thing, a democratic state, but that's one of our biggest glass ceilings that we have to break through. It's to get the message to the decision makers in the cities, in the political field, saying, hey, we're a separate industry. Yes, we may not have the pull or the money power as big waste, but this is the right thing to do, right? To have recycling as a voice and an option for the cities, right? That's one of my goals as well, outside of the circularity, is to get a city contract to prove our point and to make the taxpayers have the same profit model. Hey, house number 32 on Smith Street, you produce this much recycling, and this is how much you could get off your energy bill. Maybe, right? Those are all ideas, but these ideas fall at the wayside if you're not giving the money that these lobbies and everything that's happening. So maybe the voice of the public could be loud enough on this movement and the people that are public servants realize this and just want to do the right thing.
Yeah, and again, I'll bring up the whole social media thing. I mean, if we can get people more talking about exactly what you said on social media, like you said, we could see a conversion quicker than before within a couple of weeks. Hopefully, that people would actually be, standing up saying, "Yeah, I think our community should be involved in that." Now, luckily, being in the LA area, a lot of our, conversations do revolve around environmental things and being green and making sure our businesses are in alignment with, where the way we think our future should be going. But I do think we still need a lot more education for these business owners about what it financially means impact wise for them to be a part of this. And I like that you're tying some kind of profit number to it because it makes it easier for them to say, oh, well, this is why we would do it. Because again, you're right. The lobbyists that are out there, especially in waste management, really have a very stronghold in there. And in the US specifically, I know I'm not telling anything you don't know, but that's kind of one of the histories is that our waste management didn't always have the best, I think, pedigree. A lot of it was mob owned. A lot of it was coming from organized crime owned. I am only speaking to what I know from watching The Sopranos, although I do grow up in Philadelphia, so I'm fairly knowledgeable on the way that stuff works. But I can see how you're really still coming up to a lot of brick walls against that because there is so much money in it. And again, it becomes how do we change behavior if people are still just focused on profit? And again, I'll bring up things like the silo. Hopefully, we will see things like that and say, yes, we do need to be circular at all times because there is no way. And what are we going to do? Just pack our entire planet with garbage and then all get on a rocket ship to Mars? I think
Exactly.
sometimes that's
Yeah.
people's solution. They're like, I'll just leave the planet.
Yeah. Out of sight, out of mind. Literally, we'll fly away. But no, no, no.
Yeah.
But that's not the solution. This is